What's your name?
My name is MrGamingGuitarist, and by this day, I solemnly swear that I am devoting my life to our Lord and Savior, Sony Interactive Entertainment.
So in other words, you're a fanboy?
If there was ever any moment to convince you that you should be a fanboy of Sony, it was this conference. This was, without a doubt, the greatest conference I've ever seen in my entire life.
Even better than last year's from Sony? Even better than 2013?
Let me tell you why. Because, first of all, they just have such a great way of presenting themselves, and they have they were in a brand new auditorium in a new arena, and the thing they did is there was absolutely zero filler. All they did was show game after 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 game. There was no
What a splash of VR.
Yeah, they kept the talking to its absolute minimum, and this was just all complete 100% meat. It was all tight, zero filler.
I noticed that it was
perfect.
It was pretty short. Yeah, and
because this is the blueprint to how everyone else should follow. No developer diaries of EA saying, "Oh, look at the games that we're making. Look at these still images. Look at a tour of our studio." No, just show us the fucking game. Give us the best first impression of something we've never seen before, and that's all this conference was. Because when we saw this orchestra, I was like, oh shit, what are they doing? What are these people doing? And then this 5-minute orchestra, it was all there, and we didn't know what it was, and then we saw Dad of War.
Yeah. Dad of War.
Yeah, and
it's like because they showed the little boy for a while.
And for a while I actually thought it was like Horizon. Like I thought it would be like Aloy's like brother or something, but no.
Like, old man Kratos.
Because that's the thing I love, is that when you see something and you don't know what it is, and you're thinking it's going to be something you've never seen, like
new IP. Have your notes up.
No,
you already know that God of War was.
Yeah, you think that it's going to be a new IP, and then it turns into something familiar, but it feels so fresh. It feels so new. It's just
honestly,
so good.
Okay, so we were all chatting with fellow podcasters during this whole thing on Skype, and as soon as Kratos came out, like I was like, "Oh my god!" Like just out loud. Yeah, and everyone pretty much felt the same way. And this dude, he freaked the fuck out. Like,
because I wasn't... okay, here's the thing. I was expecting to see a new God of War because people kept hyping it up and showing so many rumors, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this. And that's why it was... Like, the camera wasn't wasn't like... Because in God of War, you never controlled the camera. You only, like, rolled with the right stick. But here, it's third person, and you have, like, the whole father-son dynamic. It's just... That's what I love.
And in Norse mythology.
Seeing things being seeing IPs that you love being revisited in a way you've never seen them before. That's why this new God of War reveal is so fucking flawless.
So it seems to be a reboot, perhaps?
We don't know.
We don't know
we
yet.
Still have zero confirmation, but it just says God of War. No subtitle, no number. We don't know. And it is Norse mythology because they specifically mentioned Valhalla, so those rumors were correct.
Yeah.
And next, finally, Colin Moriarty must be jumping with joy for this because he's been wanting to see this Sony Ben's brand new game, and you are a biker fighting zombies. It's called Days Gone.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I wasn't trying to feel whatever. I was like, all right, looks cool, but I want to see more because like from afar, aesthetically, it looks like every other game of its kind. But then Then
you saw the World War Z zombies.
Yeah, but then I saw the World War Z zombies, and I'm like, all right, this looks pretty intense. It's definitely intense, you know? It definitely seems like it could be fun. I know some people are tired of zombies at this point, but
I'm not... I normally would be tired of zombies, but not if they're done well, like it was in here.
Yeah. I mean, I love that aspect. You know, you mix World War Z with like something like 28 Days Later, where they all run and going after you all crazy and shit. And you know what? It looks cool. I'll give you that. Yeah.
So next up was The Last Guardian gets a trailer, and it's coming out October 25th.
All I wanted was a release date, and I got it. So I'm pleased with that. But yeah, I mean, who would have thought it's finally coming out? It's honestly, it's a relief. Honestly, I'm just so relieved that we got that release date. Everyone's been asking for it, so I can't wait. It's only like 4 more months now. We get 7 years. By the time it comes out, it's gonna be 7 years since it was announced. That is crazy.
And next, we saw some new gameplay for Horizon Zero Dawn.
I like the bull riding. The bull riding looks a lot of fun.
We got to see more of the AI and more of the the UI, and we got to see more of the RPG elements and more of like how the mission structures are going to be like, and it's just making me love it even more.
And I like the ability of like taking over these machines. And
you just give them a software update.
Pretty much, yeah.
Next, we saw something that impressed the hell out of me because I wasn't expecting to be this impressed by a Quantic Dream
It was a
game.
well done trailer, too.
Yes.
And we're talking
Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human.
And it's like
reminds me of Blade Runner.
It's like Blade Runner combined with LA Noire.
It's really interesting all the different outcomes that could come from like just a particular moment, you know, in time. It's going to be interesting what the story is going to be like and how the whole different outcomes it's going to play into that whole thing. But I mean, it was a well done trailer, and you know, I'm somewhat excited. I like that kind of feel. I'm just glad David Cage wasn't there for his pretentious ass to ruin that nice moment. Yeah. So next, and David Cage is actually not writing the game. That's what I heard.
I think he's only directing or something. Yeah. So
that could be good.
So hey, it'll work out in the end. So next up, for me, honestly, the biggest surprise.
This was surprising.
We thought that this was PT. Like, this looks so good. Like, what the fuck is this?
It almost seemed like a spiritual, like, rebirth.
It almost seemed like it would be some people were wanting this to be a Resident Evil 7 to be a soft reboot, and this looks like exactly what we're getting from it.
And it'll be interesting to see if this even does follow the current canon of.
I know we still don't know, but man, that's the thing I love: seeing something that looks amazing. You don't know what it is, and then it turns itself to be an IP you already knew, and it's being presented in a way you weren't expecting.
And it was the first to be shown off with the VR, which makes it more interesting. And it can be played
from beginning to end in VR,
which is very cool.
And my goodness, this looks like it's holding the torch after Silent Hills' torch was put out, pretty much.
And speaking of Silent Hills, we'll get to something.
Yeah.
Speaking of VR, the release date.
It's coming October 13th for $3.99.
So we need the price.
I think that's a pretty, that's a fair price.
It's definitely cheaper than the other VR things. And 50 games. Not bad. Yeah. 50 games is not bad to start off with, you know?
Yeah. And next we saw Farpoint.
Which looks like it takes place in Mars, I think. I like the Mars. I don't know if it's Mars. If it's Mars, I like it. Yeah. I like if they're going to go with that. So look, it's almost like playing The Martian, but with more action. So we haven't seen much from that, but you know. Also more VR. So we heard that Battlefront was going to work with VR, but we didn't know exactly.
Yeah, and now we are finally getting to see some of it. So
it's going to be X-Wing mission, which is, hey, if you're going to use VR for Star Wars, make it an X-Wing mission. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to kind of remind a lot of people of the old arcade games.
Or like the arcade, or the Battle Pod.
Or the Battle Pod, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so cool. Next we saw something that I almost shit myself.
You hear Mark Hamill, and it's like, okay, well, that's Mark Hamill, and then all of a sudden it's like, that's Mark Hamill doing the Joker voice. I'm like, what? It turns out, Arkham VR.
We don't know how the fuck this is going to work after the events of Arkham Knight, so we'll see.
But all we know is that Rocksteady is involved.
And it's coming out October.
Yeah. October seems like a good month for Batman, but we'll have to see.
And next up,
this is kind of weird. This is kind of one of my cons.
Really?
Yeah, the VR experience of Final Fantasy 15. The weird thing is that you're playing a different character. You're not even playing like the main protagonist, and I just don't know if it works for Final Fantasy. That's just my opinion.
I liked what I saw. It got me the most interested in Final Fantasy I've ever been before.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still looking forward to 15 just as a whole. I just could care less about the VR stuff involved with it. But hey, someone may enjoy it. The biggest shocker was actually being somewhat impressed with this new Call of Duty game.
The thing is, I didn't know it was Call of Duty. I couldn't tell until halfway through.
It took a while, and it's like, wait, this is the new Call of Duty because of the space. We keep on forgetting it's going to be
At first, I thought it was an Aliens game because I felt like Reyes. Wait, what?
No, Aliens.
Yeah,
but no, it does not look like your typical Call of Duty game, honestly. I mean, that's
what we thought would end up being more generic Call of Duty bullshit ended up turning into something that actually looks fresh and interesting, surprisingly.
Yeah, now I'm still cautiously optimistic about it. However, they did show a little bit more of the Modern Warfare remaster, so once again, of course I'm excited for that. But will this game be good enough, Infinite Warfare, to justify an $80 purchase to get that remaster as well?
Yeah, it only depends if you really care that much.
Yeah,
but next up, here is the biggest thing. No one was expecting master showmanship over there at Sony. Yeah. All you saw was a shadow of Crash.
We heard the music. Yeah. We saw the background. It was like, oh shit, this is Crash. And then the shadow gave it away.
And then Sean Layden just says, so we thought it would be a new game, but instead it's Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2 and Crash Bandicoot Warped being completely reworked from the ground up for PS4.
Which is pretty remarkable considering that those games are like, at least the first one is like 20 years old by now.
Oh yeah, it is, because 96.
Yeah, I mean, that is, for them to do a remaster for a game that old, it's unheard of almost. Like all these remasters that we hear about are for games
like we hear Resident. Well, I mean, Final Fantasy VII is getting remade.
Well, that's remade. That's a remake. We're just talking about remaster.
But there's a difference. Like when they say but it is a remake when they say it's being remade from scratch.
From the ground
so
up.
It is. So.
Yeah, that's unheard of for most games. Obviously, so Final Fantasy VII was the first of its kind, and now we're getting it from Crash.
And now Resident Evil 2 as well. Don't forget that. So next up, we got to see a new trailer for LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, which has a demo out right now, and it's releasing in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so about that demo, maybe we should play
and I almost forgot. Yeah. Shit, they said that there's a demo for Resident Evil 7 right now.
Yeah, so we have not one, but 2 demos to play for you guys.
Yeah, and next, first of all, the greatest fucking intro for one man ever.
Yeah, this was
Hideo Kojima just walked out for fucking with lasers everywhere.
He's like, I'm back! I'm like...
And then we saw... So, he got the ability to work with Norman Reedus again.
Which was really
And we saw him give birth to a baby.
No, he didn't give birth to it. It's like we saw him on the ground.
But then why did he have a C-section?
Oh, that's right. I was like, I looked at that. I didn't even connect the dots. He didn't
have a belly button. He just had a C-section.
That's right. That is
so. We don't know what like Kojima.
And then we saw those 5 figures up in the sky,
like 5 floating monoliths.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck. I'm just glad Kojima is free to do something completely fresh and new.
All we know is that it's called Death Stranding. Now,
Death Stranding? Yeah. Wait, don't you mean, isn't that Konami's new name?
So, unfortunately, we didn't see Del Toro's name in the credits, so we know he's not involved, unfortunately. But the fact that he got to work with Norman Reedus again is really redeeming after what happened with Silent Hill.
But
so that's really
here's the thing that single-handedly make me lose my shit harder than anything else.
This was unexpected to me. This was really
so first we saw Insomniac. It's like, all right, okay, new Insomniac. Then I heard, all I heard was, I'm just a kid from Queens, and I'm like, and I was like, no, you fucking no, you're not, no, and I was like, because here's the thing, because we kept hearing Sucker Punch in the rumors, we kept hearing Sucker Punch, and then we saw Spider-Man, a brand new Spider-Man game being reworked by someone with a track record we already know has proved themselves.
Not to mention with the new Ratchet and Clank game, they're on a high right now.
And so the fact that they're taking like Marvel, we're finally getting a Marvel game being done with the respect that it deserves.
Yeah. That's what this may end up being the equivalent to what Rocksteady is doing.
It's like
Batman Arkham.
Yeah, it feels like something that we thought was impossible, but it's finally happening.
We need to mention that suit, though. Very different from... I've never seen that suit in the comics. I'm pretty sure it's never been in the comics.
And that's what I like. It looks like just a brand new, fresh, original thing.
Now, it seems like it does have elements from the Civil War suit because the
eyes look the same. Yeah,
but aside from that, the white spider is what really pops out. So all we know right now is just hashtag Spider-Man PS4.
We don't even have an official title. It just says hashtag Spider-Man PS4.
Which means it may be an exclusive?
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, because it's like PS4. Wow, a Marvel game that's an exclusive.
And because Insomniac is independent now.
Exactly.
So but then it says PS4. Yeah, it's like because we thought since we don't know, I don't know anymore if Activision still holds the rights to Marvel.
That's a good. I thought I heard somewhere that they don't.
Oh, so maybe is Sony publishing? We still don't know because I'm
pretty sure Sony is probably involved. Well, obviously Sony Pictures and blah blah blah. It makes sense.
Oh God, it looks so good. Oh my God,
I've been waiting for a new Spider-Man.
Oh my God, it's like we were finally waiting for Marvel to get the Rocksteady treatment, and after Spider-Man has been having shit buried on top of him for years, it's like my
and
dreams.
Who better than Insomniac?
Yeah,
the guys behind Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, and don't forget Sunset Overdrive.
That's right.
When you see like the humor in Sunset Overdrive, it could apply to Spider-Man so well.
I agree.
It's like, oh God, just take all my fucking money. My hands couldn't. You saw me like.
It seemed like you were most excited for Spider-Man more than anything else.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it to happen, to actually come true.
That was even more surprising than God of War.
Yeah, because like my hands, like when you get so excited and your blood pressure gets so high, your hands start closing in. Yeah. And the last time
it was even somewhat more surprising than Resident Evil, because even we heard, I want to see Resident Evil. I'm like, we may get that. But no one was expecting Spider-Man.
But the thing is, we weren't expecting to see Resident Evil look that good.
Oh, I know.
And God, this really was the E3 of dreams 2.
And that's it. And of course, at the end, they show the Days Gone demo.
So now I trust Sony's E3 conferences with my left nut now.
We can't forget to mention the live orchestra.
That whole part was just the precedent. Like they say, get ready for some epic shit, kids, because you're going to see it. My God, but I am a little bit sad we didn't get to see Shuhei Yoshida or Adam Boyes, because they were two people like that always have like good entertainment value whenever they come out.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of them was tweeting during the show.
Oh, but my goodness gracious, this is the
he was there in their presence.
The 10 out of 10. What score do you give this conference?
I'm going to give it a 9 or 9.5. Only because I didn't care for the Final Fantasy VR thing. And the fact that basically only Horizon is the one that's going to be coming out anytime soon, because everything else is like in development. That kind of depresses me a little bit. So pretty much the best way I can describe... If I could describe this whole entire conference in one word, it's refreshing. Because all it was seeing IPs that you didn't think would come back, or they were being presented in new ways that make them feel new and fresh again. It's funny that you bring up the word refreshing, because
that's what Horizon was.
Well, Call of Duty is like the
they made Call of Duty look refreshing, as refreshing as this iced tea.
Good old iced tea. But yeah. I mean that was I mean that's all I can say. I'm really excited for the new Spider-Man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Speaking of God of War, I'll be playing God of War 3 pretty damn soon.
Now we are even more happy that he bought God of War 3 remastered on sale for $15.
So really good. Yeah, I haven't played the third one.
So pretty much, I mean, like I kept saying, man, I think I might have my expectations too high, because I've been feeling pretty underwhelmed for the past other conferences, and then Sony just fucking knocked it right out of the goddamn park. Why should I expect anything less? Anyways, now it's like Sony has set the standard. If you are let down by anyone else, everyone else will let you down, Sony will lift your spirits back up.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering about...
Like right now, I trust Sony for video. I trust Sony's press conference at E3 for video games as much as I trust Marvel as a company for TV and movies right now.
Yeah, so for a minute I was thinking, should we reveal our rankings? No, we are going to wait for the next podcast.
Because we have to wait for Nintendo, which you can watch our E3 2016. We'll wrap all the thing up once it's all said and done this Saturday. It's going to be there, the N4G TV podcast E3 2016 special. Be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, if you liked what you saw here, you can support my channel on Patreon at patreon.com/MrGamingGuitarist. I would very much appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I would very much appreciate it.
Twitter, Facebook.
And yes, I'm on Twitter. And of course, check out his music at Bruce Parker Project.bandcamp.com.
Also, tune in for later videos from Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I've only done 2 parts so far, but once E3 wraps up, I'll be fast-tracking that. And then expect the 2 demos that we'll be playing pretty soon. And also, be on the lookout for future playthroughs as well.
And I am take a big old shit from how excited they got me. See you next time for now Nintendo's conference is either it's not even a conference, it's just a Nintendo Treehouse.
Pretty much.
It's either going to be amazing or the most disappointing shit we've ever seen. At this point, after the bar Sony has set, it can either be one way or the other.
I mean, it can't get any more disappointing than EA, right?
Yeah. I guess so at least we know it'll be second to last place at the lowest. So we'll see you for when we wrap up Nintendo's E3 presentation. See you there. I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist.
And I'm Spider-Mist.
We'll see you there. Bye.
All right, see ya.